What's up, guys? This is NorbCam coming at you here on Tuesday. Been an interesting weekend in the NFL. I guess starting with last night's game, my headline talking about the 49ers dismantling the Cleveland Browns, who happens to be our next opponent this coming Sunday. We know that the 49ers now the only undefeated team in the NFC, 4-0. What's up, Thomas? New York representing. And Josh. Anyway, yeah, man. There's a new sheriff in town here in the NFC West. And the scary team right now, it's not the Rams, but the 49ers, dang, look really good. And I really hadn't had a chance to watch them all season. Really, first time was like watching that game yesterday. Whew, they look pretty scary. One thing I just noticed about them, they just look really fast. They look really fast. Pass rush was constant, and Cleveland couldn't handle it. So, you know, it's going to be interesting just seeing how Cleveland bounces back when they face us this Sunday. And of course, we're going to be playing in their house, a 10 a.m. game, so the circumstances are a little different. But you know, I hate to apply the algebraic equation in terms of math because it never really applies. Like if A is greater than B and B is greater than C, so A must be greater than C. It never works out that way, right? So, you know, I would love to think that we will defeat the Cleveland Browns easily this Sunday, but I am the last one who will be thinking that that's the case. It's a totally different circumstance. We're playing in their house, doghouse, and, you know, I like our chances, but I'm certainly not thinking, well, we're as good as the 49ers, so we're going to beat them 38-3, you know. It doesn't work like that. So Seattle's got to come bring it. The Browns obviously will be wanting to get a bounce back on this very slow start they've had. So we'll see how it goes. We'll talk more about Sunday's game a little bit later in the week. But yeah, the 49ers, I mean, part of me is excited in the sense that I've said before, the NFC West is better when the 49ers are good. The rivalry between the Seahawks and the 49ers, while the Rams one has been good, also as of late, nothing beats when the 49ers and the Seahawks are going at it and they're both good. You know, the early 2010s, you know, the 2012, 2013, 2014 really kind of dropped off after that. But when the rivalry was going well between those two, between those teams, it was something to see. And I feel like we're kind of getting back in that mode again. Oh, who jumped on the super chat? What's up, Jeffrey Thompson? Thanks again for the support, the $4.99 super chat. Feel free to do your own super chat if you like, but I appreciate it. Help support my channel. I love it. Thank you. Just the way they looked was really impressive, and both sides of the ball. And there were moments in that game when I think Cleveland could have turned it around. They could have, when they had that chance to, when they were at the goal line and they got intercepted, that was a turning point right there, because they could have cut the lead to, I think at that point it would have been a 4-point lead if they got it 14-10. Through the interception, and then it went the other way, and next thing you know, it's 21-3, and the game was pretty much out of reach at that point. But they had a chance to, you know, turn that thing around. But it's amazing how, you know, it just takes one or two moments in a game that sometimes completely change the momentum or change the feel. Even that first opening play by the 49ers, just busting down, you know, and breaking out for the touchdown run. I mean, talk about, there's no worse way to start if you're, you know, on defense to get run on like that. And I don't expect something like that to happen to Seattle. You know, that's a rare deal. But, you know, it happened. It happened to Cleveland, set the tone, and they were playing from behind the rest of the way. So, 49ers looking pretty good. It's going to be fun when they come to town, and I believe we're playing them on prime time, so I can't wait. Hopefully we will still be going at it, fighting for tops of the NFC West when that game comes around. I think there's a good chance that they will. I'm a little forward now. I'm looking ahead a little bit now because obviously we have our game on Sunday, but the game that's going to now be between the Rams and the 49ers, they play Monday night after our game. I have to think, let's say Seattle wins, we would then move to 5-1. If then that sets up a 4-0 49ers team against a 3-2 Rams team. Now there's two ways to look at it. It's like, well, root for the 49ers, then that puts the Rams at 3-3, really way behind in the NFC West. kind of put them out of sight, but that would make the 49ers 5-0. If you root for the Rams to win that one, they would move to 4-2, drop the 49ers to 4-1, and then you got this real tight bottleneck in the top with Seattle still on top. Hopefully we get that win with 1 game or even half game lead on the Niners and the Rams, and make it really interesting. But so what do you root for? 49ers to remain on top and get a chance to put the Rams slightly bury them down a little bit further, or even everything out and make it real exciting in the NFC West? Not sure about that, but first things first, we got to get our win. Otherwise, none of this matters. So, hopefully, Seattle has a good week of practice leading up to this game. I always get a little nervous, especially when it's a 10 a.m. start, that whole thing. But we've gotten one so far, so we're 1-1, 1-0 on 10 a.m. games, and really we're 2-0 on the road. So far, I like that. I like the start we've had, but I think the other thing I wanted to bring up was watching the Chiefs, who I thought was the only team who had a chance at taking a stand against the Patriots, got beat by the Indianapolis Colts. Messed up my picks. I got decimated on my predictions this week. I've done pretty well prior to this. I was like 10-5 twice and 11 and something, I think. I had a good record. I still have a winning record for the season, but man, I got killed. I went like 6-9. Every pick I practically just did not work out for me, including the Indianapolis Colts Chiefs game, where the blueprint is kind of out now. How do you beat the Chiefs? You got to pressure the quarterback, press coverage on the receivers, and that's how you slow them down. You got to have the personnel that could do it, of course. But I've been saying that all year for the Seahawks, because they've been playing zone coverage, letting all that underneath stuff go all day long. And I felt like that's what allowed the Rams to get back into the game. It was giving them so much underneath passes that, you just like to avoid getting beat by the deep ball, you just keep giving up. It's like prevent D. But all that does is prevent you from winning, because, they just keep moving down the field little chunks at a time, and next thing you know, they're in the red zone ready to score on you. So I just hope Seattle watches a little bit from this, and I feel like the blueprint to beating the Chiefs, which we saw in action, and which of course is pressure on the quarterback and a good running game, which we have been doing a good job of that. Got to keep that going. But it's the same blueprint that is going to be, I think, the key to beating most of these teams, including the Patriots. Now, nobody's done it yet. The Patriots haven't even had to barely put any effort to winning these games. Every single game they've had has been like a blowout. Pretty boring if you're a New England Patriot. Is it the playoffs yet? Oh my gosh. How many more regular season practice games we have left? This is so boring. Can we just get to the playoffs already? Oh my God. So, but that's watching what the Rams were doing to us was kind of like watching what the Patriots do to everybody. A lot of little dink and dunks. He just stands there, look, boom, and hit that stuff for yards underneath. And I just think, that's the key. You got to not let these guys get comfortable. These guys like Goff and Brady, these guys can't move. They just stand back there and pick you apart. So you got to not let them have those easy timing underneath routes. So hopefully Seattle can get a little more aggressive and, get a little more of that man-on-man press coverage. But you got to have a safety that can cover over the top. And hey, Jeffrey Thompson again with another $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Oh, take care. That the email was not accepted, so it canceled. I'll check that out. Don't worry. I know I got to get that program to you, and I promise I will, get that to you. So it will get taken care of. Thank you for the support, and say hi to your grandma for me. Say hi to your grandma for me. Back to the future. So anyway, a lot of interesting developments, but to me, all the more clear that the Patriots, who's going to stand up to the Patriots this year? I just don't see it happening. A bit of a good one. Good, caught that. I love throwing in a little random, subtle movie reference. Stand up to him and Mo. We need someone to stand up to the Patriots. I don't see it happening. Very interesting, though. A lot of great teams in there. I mean, look at, you got the, who's probably top right now? I guess you got to give it to the 49ers. They're undefeated. 49ers, Seahawks, Rams. Oh, no, can't put the Rams that early. 49ers, Seahawks, Saints, right up in there. And then it gets real murky with a whole bunch of teams that are all around hovering that same level. You know, like the Panthers, Bears, Packers. Forgot the Packers. Packers in there. Who am I missing? Those ones. Oh, Cowboys. Although they also didn't look so hot. Well, they started off bad against the Packers. So you got a whole bunch of teams all bottlenecked in that that secondary tier. There's only a few teams in the top, I feel like, right now, but a whole bunch, right on the heels. So it's gonna be interesting. Much more interesting than that freaking AFC West. AFC is just like nothing, sadly. So sad. We'll see what happens this week. I'm going to be collaborating with some Cleveland Browns YouTubers this week, later in the week, to talk about our matchup coming up and get their thoughts on what happened on that ugly game against the 49ers. But for now, I hope this isn't as laggy as it appears. Is it as laggy as it appears? It's like the trees are moving. What the heck? Come on, Verizon. Jeez. All right. Fun times. I'm going to try to get another prediction video out this week. The week goes by so fast. Anyway, thanks for watching, you guys. Just wanted a little quick message in there, and we'll talk about the next one, prep and the matchup, key to the game coming up against the Browns, and changes in personnel. I think there's a few moves going on. We'll see what the latest is on the Seahawks front. But for now, I'm out of here. Gonna go watch the early movie, meet up with 80s Broncos fan Mike Lorraine, my business partner. We're gonna catch an early show of the Joker today. All right, tell you how that goes. All right, have a good day, you guys. Thanks for watching, and it's a beautiful fall day out here. Colors of the leaves looking beautiful. It's awesome. Hope you guys are having a good one, and we'll talk again soon. Go Hawks.